Fortnite has taken 2018 by storm, but with the end of October fast upon us, Season 6 continues to be the spookiest yet, just in time for Halloween. Today, we're going to look at the moments of Fortnite which spooked us out and sent chills running down our spine. But before we get into some of the scariest and spookiest occurrences you'll find in Fortnite, make sure you subscribe to TheGamer and ring that bell to join our notification squad so you never miss any of our epic Fortnite videos. Spooky Llama. Tensor has earned a well-won reputation as a skilled and entertaining gamer. However, it wasn't his many talents which got him his spot on this list. No, it was a moment of bizarre coincidence which seemingly chilled him to the bone. And we're here to either make you go, ah, in fear or, in bewilderment. Anyway, he wasn't wasting time because it was time to waste, and the opponent being wasted was Dirty Llama. That's all well and good until we actually see a loot llama appear right behind Tensor after getting the kill. Is that crazy or what? We think it's certainly unnerving and the sort of thing which could potentially mess with you. Avoid the llamas of doom. Spooky haunted house. Redditor Kintrails93 noticed something in Season 6. Well, Season 6 is the time for some spooky shenanigans in Fortnite, and it's been a while since we had a Fortnite Halloween, so it makes sense to have a theme based around the holiday. In Pleasant Park, which was once a nice, tranquil, middle-class neighborhood, before the terrible things which set the world of Fortnite in motion happened, there was some ghoulish goings-on. Well, according to some gamers there were anyway. If you found the house with a suitable seasonal giant spider in front of it, you might know what we're talking about. Kintrails93 was just running around, minding their own business. Well, we say that, but they were probably looking to kill some players. Anyway, they were just playing the game, searching around the house for some loot when it happened. Out of nowhere, a door opened. We aren't sure how this happened since no one came through it and there was no one on the other side, but it led people to believe the house was haunted. Spooky dance floor. The emotes are probably the single most iconic thing about Fortnite, so it's only fitting there are some spooky goings-on associated with them. Munch got off the battle bus and landed just west of Pleasant Park. He entered a house and found a dance floor. When he was shaking his thing, he was surrounded by mysterious characters dressed in black. Spooky, eh? What wasn't so spooky was when other characters turned up and decided they wanted to take Munch out, which he resisted with his pickaxe. THANOS. It was a long time ago, but Fortnite and Marvel crossed over for a limited time event that allowed players to put themselves in the shoes of the Mad Titan. This is exactly what Jacksepticeye did. He got his hands on the Infinity Gauntlet and became Thanos, complete with Infinity Stones and all the other necessary accoutrements. So if you wanted to save the universe, you may not have been in the entirely correct location when you saw this guy come rushing at you, all guns blazing. Let's face it, Thanos, an all-powerful entity who just wants to destroy, is a pretty frightening character. Shapeshifting. Things don't need to be outwardly scary to be, well, scary. Things can be unnerving and a bit odd, and the next thing you know, you've got a severe case of the willies, just like Roxling when he got taken out by Priceless 05. After being killed by Priceless 05, Roxling decided to spectate the character. The default skin player uses a launch pad, and while they're swinging from their umbrella in the air, all of a sudden, they switch into the Havoc skin and continue their quest for a victory royale. What Priceless 05 did wasn't particularly scary, but it came out of nowhere and was very spooky. Dancing with gargoyles. While Halloween is the season to be spooky, it doesn't mean you can't shake your stuff. This is more than true if you're playing Fortnite too. It's gosh darned essential. When Epic Games launched their Fortnitemares event, one thing people heard rumors about and then discovered was true were gargoyles. In fact, Epic Games confirmed this theory was a reality when they issued a challenge for Fortnite players across the globe. They wanted you to get your emotes out and get dancing with the gargoyles. Well, 5 of them at any rate. If you found these stony creatures like Gatu did, you had to get moving and grooving to complete the challenge. Of course, this being Fortnite, it wasn't going to be easy in the slightest. Fortnite Conjuring. Slaterati shows us some footage of his Fortnite gameplay that scared the heck out of us and then hundreds of thousands of gamers who watched his video. Like many scary things, It all seemed simple, straightforward, and normal until weird stuff happened, and then we decided we weren't going to play Fortnite in the dark, in case this happened to us. The footage shows Slater D and his friend Daperk25 running around and doing their thing while they tried to avoid getting caught in the storm. So far, so Fortnite. Then, something happens which chills us to our bones. Coming up a slope, they see this terrible, awful, horrific vision. It's part person, part horrific crab turtle hybrid. The players, who are talking to each other, sound audibly shaken, and we really can't blame them. Glowing eyes. We have to give credit to G-Tanky with this, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. We all know there's glitches and bugs in games. They're there, and then someone makes a patch, and then they aren't there anymore. However, there are things which we kinda wish wouldn't get fixed because they're pretty cool, even if they are, from a technical standpoint at least, a little bit wrong. This is something G-Tanky noticed while he was watching his buddy Cryptic Kale 286 playing. He had tracked some guys down to a truck and he was waiting for them to come out so he could kill them. This was fair enough, but G-Tanky saw something which he thought was kinda cool, but also a little bit creepy. There were two pairs of glowing eyes, and it was just floating in the air. They wasn't on the floor of the truck, they was levitating. It was so damn scary. No wonder he just let the players kill him on their way out. Either way, credit to G-Tanky for seeing this and recording it for us. Scary Hoot. Now, since you're listening for things, you can come across some unsettling and spooky sounds in the gameplay. Cypher Gaming did this and uploaded it so we could all feel creeped out together. It was in Fatal Fields, always one of the trickier areas to negotiate, where he came across it. It wasn't much, but as he looked at one of the houses in the area, a sound, somewhere between an owl's hoot and a ghostly laugh, came out of the speakers. We know it was a gnome, but we didn't realize how scary they actually sounded. This was a scary thing, and we know it. Mystery Man. Some players have been scrolling through the menus and have seen the avatar of a man. He isn't anything out of the ordinary, but he looks nothing like their characters either. He's fairly nondescript, but when you go back to him, he goes away again. Some people think he's a ghost, some people think he's a glitch, and some people think he's a special treat for players who pay attention. Whatever you believe, there's no official line from Epic Games about this guy, who disappears as quickly as he appears. It's the air of weirdness which makes him a bit spooky. That's Venom. This next one, courtesy of Sounds Like Pizza, made us think. We weren't sure whether to include it or not, but it made us chuckle, so here we are. Now, this is amusing when you hear about it, but trust us, it must have been pretty scary for people who encountered this while playing. You see, it turns out that for one small moment of one round of Fortnite, Sounds Like Pizza sounded like Venom.
What did you just call me?
No, we're not talking about the iconic heavy metal band from Newcastle. We're talking about the alter ego of Eddie Brock, the Marvel Comics character who starred in his own eponymous addition to the Marvel movie universe in 2018. Trust us, it's uncanny, but also a bit scary, and if you weren't expecting it, you'd get more than a little bit freaked out, we reckon. Even though it was a little bit cheeky, we can't help but salute Sounds Like Pizza for the expert way in which he managed to scare the heck out of his teammates. We're just glad we weren't playing at the time. It may have just been a bit too much for us. Are they zombies? Sometimes in this video, if we're allowed to get meta for a moment, and if you can't get meta on the internet, where can you get meta? We'll be talking about things which other people say are scary. In this case, whether you think it's scary or not, someone did, and quite often, that's enough. There is, however, one occurrence which gets lots of people scared and ended up making Epic Games have to deny something. Season 6 is a time of intense scariness in the world of Fortnite. We can understand why, since it happened in and around Halloween for starters, but one thing people didn't think would happen were zombies, as captured by Lackland. These were shambling, undead creatures which scared loads of players, and it was easy to see why. However, it wasn't zombies who were scaring gamers. No, according to Epic Games, they were cube monsters. Really? Apparently, zombies don't exist in Fortnite, so we have to call them by their other name. We're going to ignore Epic here, because they act and look like zombies, and besides, zombies just sounds way cooler. Those were just some of the scariest things in Fortnite. What do you think is the scariest thing you've come across in Fortnite? Did we leave any good ones out? Let us know in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe to TheGamer for more Fortnite videos like this one. Thanks for watching.